I talked to a guy the other day who was basically booking my time because he wanted to do better with women overall and get a girlfriend. The topic he was talking about which he called the red pill universe. He had some fears and some reservations. Immediately I started asking these guys, all right, well, what have you read? What resources have you consumed now that you call yourself a red pill? What channels do you watch? And I quickly learned why he has a problem. And I'll tell you exactly what it boils down to. You need to work on the individual. Okay, there's a lot of stuff out there. And I looked at some of the channels this guy was talking about and it's like titles of videos, like do this one thing, and she'll always chase. You don't text her this, otherwise, this will happen. Do that. And then that will happen. It's like, all right, Jude, you can follow these rules. And a lot of them, I'll be honest, I'm not that far off. But if the starting point is off, you got a problem. When the Germans took the engine out of the Lamborghini catalogue for the RA, they said, we need something powerful, lots of cylinders. They pulled a V10, stuck it in here, and they engineered everything around the engine. That's what you got to look at yourself as. Okay, you have to engineer everything around your life, around the best part of it. This is the best part of the car. You need to engineer the best parts of your life around you. If you want to have better luck with women, or if you're looking for girlfriends. This guy I was talking to right off the bat in the late 20s had been with 6 women. 4 of them he paid for as prostitutes. The other 2 were just quick fixes. They never went anywhere. It was a very short-term basis. So right away, he doesn't have any experience. And then when you start asking him questions, like, all right, well, what do you look like? What are the optics of your physique? What do you do for a living? Dude had a good job, made really good money in a stable industry, professional skills that will plug in well into the future. He's a very, very good, attractive looking candidate on paper, but at 6'1", he's 260 pounds and he's fat. Okay, if you're shaped like a pear and you spend all your time playing video games, competing in video games, and not doing anything out in the real world, you're gonna have a very, very hard time doing well with women or getting the girl or the girlfriend like this guy was looking for. He was consuming content on YouTube, on channels that basically encouraged him to make this one text. Otherwise, she won't chase her. If you do these 4 things, she's gonna chase you. You're approaching it from the wrong angle. There are only a few guys out there that get this right. I'll be honest with you. There's only a handful of guys that will tell you straight up, are you the best version of yourself? We already know that women only swipe right on the top 20% of men. They've got data on this, a 3 to a 10 woman. So if she's a 3 out of a 10 or a 10 out of a 10, all these women in that range swipe right on dating apps on men that are 8 out of 10 or better. If you're a 7 out of 10, you're screwed. Right. If you're not a top version of yourself, I'm not saying comparing yourself to an athlete, a billionaire, or anything like that. But on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best version of you and 1 being the worst, if you're talking to me and you're like, I feel like a 4, don't chase women, you're wasting your time. You're gonna have a terrible experience. You're gonna be let down. And you're probably gonna be taken advantage of. If you pursue it in the wrong way, you can run yourself through the divorce grinder and really end up in a really, really bad place. But you can't think that you can just take these hacks and these tricks or whatever. Like do this one trick and she'll always chase you, Jude. Women don't chase 4s. They don't. I don't know why guys think that if they just follow a couple of tips or watch a few videos, they're gonna have great experiences with women. You say that you're a red pill aware, but you don't have any experience with women, you're fat. You don't compete in the real world, you're screwed. You have to be the top. I'm not even saying the top 1%. Okay, if you can get in the top 1%, awesome. Right. Like I know that if I go to Google and I say, what are the top 1% of income earners in Toronto? It's like $320,000 a year. Cool. If I want to be in the top 1% of the ultra top class, that's all I need to make. Okay, Some guys are gonna. That's a lot of money, you can't do that. Fine, aim for the top 20%. What is that? 100,000, 120,000. Look it up in your city. Figure out what the top income earners make. Look for jobs or create a business that allows you to live that lifestyle. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is, again, dealing with the inside the man himself before you go start chasing tail and all that sort of stuff. The second thing is, do you have the optics of masculinity? Okay, are you a strong, masculine-looking dude? And you're not gonna. At sitting around, competing in video games, you have to get out in the real world and do something. Play sports, do something athletic, play soccer or volleyball, go to the gym or join a dojo. I always tell you guys, if you feel like you're struggling with competing on the sexual marketplace or being competitive, because what we know, guys, again, studies have told us what women want is they want men that are lethal, but can be civilized, right? If you can't mess somebody up, you're not going to learn this skill playing video games. You can play as much Mortal Kombat as you want. It doesn't matter. Because in the real world, it doesn't apply. If you can't mess somebody up in real life, should the need be called upon you, you're not the absolute best version of yourself. That's another skill I think guys should learn. The competency of combat was one of the things that John Fitch, who's an MMA fighter who just retired, talked about in his Rule Zero chat. Okay, so there's that. Masculinity matters, and height doesn't matter as much as you think it does, guys. There's a lot of guys like, oh, I'm 5'8", I'm never gonna do it. Because all women want is like 6 foot tall dudes. One of my best friends that I've known for like 30 years, he was over on the weekend, and we were talking. Dude's like 5'6", and he does not trust me. He's 5'6" in shoes. He's really like 5'4". Cause I know he wears inserts, and this guy got so much tail when we were growing up together. It's the optics of the V. That's why he got it. We used to call him Pocket Hercules because he had nice broad shoulders and a narrow waist, and he looked good and women dig that. So if you want to have an advantage when you're lacking in the height area, optics of a nice V taper are going to get you. That you have to take care of the inner guy, not copy and paste these text codes, or don't do this one thing. And then 99% of women are going to chase you, dude. Shit doesn't work that way. They're lying to you. These guys are full of crap. They're not telling you the reality of what actually drives attraction and arousal and keeps women around. You've got to be in the top 20% of men. Again, women are swiping right only on the top 20% of men. The optics of that. Are you delivering that? Are you fit? Can you be lethal? Should the need be called upon you? Can you make bank? Are you able to make it rain? Make money. Make muscles. Make bank. Those are the main things. There are other things that matter as well. Of course, if you want to have success on a long-term basis, most of you guys that are out there chasing down these quick fix ideas don't get it. You need to get it right here. And right now, the reason why you need to get it is that they've done lots of studies on this, and they've tracked couples over a period of 8 years. And the number of couples that remain together. I mean, we already know like 50% of marriages are LTR, and in separation divorce after that period of time. Anyway, so now you're left with the 50% that stay together. How many of that 50% are staying together? Miserably. They're unhappily married or in LTR or cohabitating. It's quite high because the stats say that only 13% after that period of time report still being in love, only 3% report being in a state of obsession with /bliss. Okay, that's tiny. And if you want to have a good experience with women on a long-term basis, you need to focus on it. Chase excellence, not women say it over and over and over again. Chase excellence, not women, but guys will go around looking for those cheat codes, looking for their shortcuts. You can't go about it that way. You got to start with the main component. The engine's the main component of the car. They build and engineer everything around the car from that point onwards. deal with yourself, focus on that part. Take a look at yourself and ask yourself realistically, have an honest chat with yourself and look in the mirror. And am I the best version of myself? Would I want to ban me? Okay. Because if the answer is no, or you're only rating yourself 4 out of 10, you're wasting your time. Dudes, I'm telling you straight up. And work to do on yourself. And I've already mentioned all the errors. Make money, make muscles, make bank. You work on that. You own the sexual marketplace for the most part. If you have the game and you operate with a red pill lens, a lot of you guys out there are going about it the wrong way, focusing on the main part, building up the engine, and everything around that. And the best life that you can possibly have will follow again. Chase excellence, not women.